477 cups of coffee are sold to 190 customers. Every customer buys at least one cup. What is the maximum possible value of the median? First up, we've got 190 customers. So what position would the median lie? Well, actually, what you have to do is add 1 to it and divide by 2. I'll give you a little demonstration of why this is the case. Let's say we've got 6, or actually, let me go with 5 values. Then if I do 5 divided by 2, that will give me 2.5, but you can clearly see the middle value is actually in between 2 and 3. What dividing by 2 does is split the data set into 2, but it doesn't actually give you the middle value. So you have to add 1 to the 5 to give 6, divide by 2, and then we get 3, which is the middle value. Let's look at another case just very quickly with, say, 6 values. So now if you do 6 divided by 2, you'd get 3 because that's what happens when you split 6 into 2 parts. But I don't want that. I want the actual middle value itself, which we can see is between 3 and 4. So, you can see like I've got my group of 3 here, my group of 3 here, but really I need to, I know I'm in between the third and the fourth value. So yeah, I need to add 1, divide by 2, and then I get 3.5. So it's exactly the same here. 191 plus 1 is going to be 191. This is going to give us overall 95.5. Because what I actually did was I halved 190 to give 95 and then added on a half. Okay, now that we've sorted that out, we need to think about maximizing the median, which means that we need to actually minimize the lowest values because I kind of want to make the number as big as possible. So I need to make these ones as small as possible. So I'm going to try and use like a lot of ones. In fact, I'm going to use 94 ones. And then I'm going to have like the 95th value and the 96th value. And that's basically, I want to make these as big as possible to make the middle as big as possible. To do that, I'm then going to need to try and make the right-hand side as big as possible because remember, they're ordered. So if I make this 2, for example, then the best I can do is have 2 here and 2 here. So I want to make it as large as possible. Now I've got 94 values to play with. Remember, I've got 477 cups of coffee in total. Let's say I did 94 times 5. Let's say I tried to make them all 5. Well, I'd get 940 divided by 2, because I've times by 10 and then divided by 2. So that will give me 470, and there's no way that will work. So I can't have lots of 5s here. And so actually I can't have any 5s, because if I go with 5 for the first one, then all the rest are either 5 or above. So let's see what happens if I go with 4. Is that okay? 94 times 4. We could either double it twice. That's not too bad an idea actually. So I can double 94 to give 100, 180 plus 8. So 188 times 2. Double again, 360 plus 16. So 376. Okay, maybe it's just safer to do a little column multiplication. 16, 36, 376. Okay, so is that okay? Is that possible? Well, let's just hypothetically put it in for the moment. So 94 fours. Then I've got my 376, and I'm going to have to add that to my 94 ones. So 94 in total from there. And I just have to check that that doesn't go above 477. So I'm up to 470. So basically I'm okay. I've got 7 cups left over. So let's just backtrack. Right, we're trying to maximize the 95th and 96th values to maximize the median because we're looking for the middle of the 95th and 96th. So to do that, I want to minimize my lower values. That's why I made them all 1. And then I want to maximize all my upper values. I couldn't do 5 because as soon as I did 5, it would become too much. So I've used 4 and now I'm okay. I've managed to get to 470. So I've got 7 to split between the remaining 2 values. Remember, they have to be whole numbers, so I'm going to go with 3 and 4. That is as good as I can do. As soon as I sort of have to put, if I try and make like that a 4 as well, then I've got too many. I'd end up with 478 cups of coffee. So I'm stuck with 3, but I can achieve 3 and I can achieve 4 here. This is possible. I can have 94 fours and still have enough cups of coffee to put a 4 here. So the answer is that the highest possible value is going to be 3.5 E.